Part 31. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 305. Qin Changsheng also chose to take away the last two holy places directly. Even if there is a saint, she should be in the Fixian Holy Land at the moment. Besides plundering, the most important thing is to rush to Fixian Holy Land. Fixian Holy Land. Today is the celebration of the Flying Fairy Saint. The power of the saint's bloodline has been upgraded to that of the emperor's bloodline, and visions have descended from the sky, attracting the attention of many holy places. Instead of hiding it, it's better to hold a celebration directly to scare those who have unreasonable thoughts about the Flying Fairy Saint. Fixian Holy Land invites nearby holy lands to come and participate in the celebration, which is also divided into 3 levels. The 8th and 9th grades are 1 grade, the 6th and 7th grades are 1 grade, and the 4th and 5th grades are 1 grade. In fact, there was no need to invite 4th and 5th grade people, it's just the area where Fixian Holy Land is sitting. There are still some 4th and 5th grade people nearby. If you invite them here, you can just make up for it. The Holy Lands that were invited all sent people. Basically, the Holy Land's Holy Lord would bring the son and the Holy Daughter, and at most 1 or 2 elders. Now in this square, there is a lot of excitement. It seems that 14 holy places, big and small, have come, but not all holy places have saints. And the things Fixian Holy Land brought out to entertain the other major holy lands were all good things. Spiritual fruits and spiritual investigation were all excellent cultivation resources. These things are basically out of reach for ordinary disciples, and even some good things that are difficult for the saints and saints of 4th and 5th grade holy places to come into contact with. Even the Daiyuan fruit was brought out to entertain the major holy places. It's not just the Daiyuan fruit. Look at these decorations. This is not an ordinary thing. What a rich man. Is this the foundation of the 8th grade Holy Land? It's really rich. I heard that the Holy Son of the Imperial Formation Holy Land has thoughts about the Flying Fairy Saint. I wonder if he will send someone here. Probably so. The Holy Son of the Imperial Formation Holy Land is just one, he understands everything. There is also a 9th grade Holy Land, Tianwu Holy Land, which is also a newly promoted 9th grade Holy Land. However, the Tianwu Holy Lord is very powerful and quite prestigious. One by one, holy places came to congratulate Fixian Saint, and they all brought congratulatory gifts. When the time came, all the invited holy places came. Even those who are not invited will have reserved seats, so there is no need to worry. I'm afraid that when the time comes, someone will come with bad intentions. The auspicious time has arrived. Welcome to the Flying Fairy Saint. The Flying Fairy Saint flew in from the pre-rehearsed direction in front of everyone's attention. When she flew into the arena, she also showed off the power of her bloodline as planned. She looked like a blue loon. Flying past, passing over the horizon, the feathers are gorgeous, the wings are stretched out, and it looks very beautiful. The wings flap slightly, but they are like a wind, and it is extremely powerful. It passes from the sky, leaving some traces, and it falls a little bit. Brilliant, shining. This is not an ordinary Qingluan, but Qingluan Emperor. Not only is it extremely beautiful, but its power is also extraordinary. This is the purpose of Fixian Holy Land, both to celebrate and to show strength. Is this the blood of the Emperor? It was so powerful that with a single wave of its wings, it turned into a violent wind that swept tens of thousands of miles. If this is done with all one's strength, would it be really terrifying? The Fixian Saint is so beautiful. It's a pity that such a beauty is destined not to be mine. Alas! Fixian Holy Land wants to show off its power. It seems that it doesn't plan to immerse itself in it for too long. Maybe it plans to become the first Holy Land under the 9th grade Holy Land. I'm afraid, we still have to look at the Holy Land of the Imperial Formation, Right. Don't you know? The grudge between Tianwu Holy Land and Imperial Formation Holy Land? Holy Lord Tianwu appears here, obviously to deal with the Imperial Formation Holy Land. The Holy Lord Tianwu is quite majestic. He is a 9th grade martial emperor. His strength is self-evident. In terms of location, Holy Lord Tianwu is also sitting at the front, and the best things are used to entertain Holy Lord Tianwu. Today, the celebration held in our Fixian Holy Land is to celebrate the awakening of the royal bloodline by the saint of our Fixian Holy Land. No matter who it is, don't try to take advantage of our Holy Land saint. The Holy Master of Fixian Holy Land is also a woman, and she is also very powerful. As an 8th grade martial emperor, her strength is actually ranked high among the 8th grade martial emperors. Congratulations to the Fixian saint for awakening the bloodline of the emperor. I wish the Holy Lady to ascend the avenue as soon as possible and become the martial emperor. Congratulations to the Fixian saint. Congratulations to the saint. Every Holy Land is the first to congratulate the Holy Land of Fixian and flatter the Holy Land of Fixian. Although the Holy Land of Fixian is now at the 8th level, the birth of a saint with the blood of the emperor is like the birth of a true dragon. As long as she is given time to grow, will definitely become the mainstay of the Fixian Holy Land and lead the Fixian Holy Land to rise strongly. Originally, we were living in peace together, but the people from the Imperial Formation Holy Land still came, and the ones who came were not good. A spaceship was approaching quickly, and the spaceship a powerful aura erupted from the top. This aura was so powerful that it could block the sky and the sun, and was powerful in all directions. Fixian Holy Master and Fixian Holy Maiden awaken the blood of the Emperor. This is a great thing. How can you not invite us to the Holy Land of the Imperial Formation? Could it be that you look down on our Imperial Formation Holy Land? Expose your momentum, and then send out your voice, the Holy Land of the Imperial Formation. This is the plan to raise an army to prosecute. All the holy places present began to murmur. On one side was the Imperial Formation Holy Land, one of the 9 holy places, and on the other side were the Fixian Holy Land and Tianwu Holy Land. There is bound to be friction and conflict between these two aspects. And when the time comes, these weak holy lands will have to make their own choices and take sides. It's over, the Imperial Formation Holy Land is indeed here, it's for the Flying Fairy Saint. I have long heard that the Holy Son of the Imperial Formation Holy Land is an old pervert and has collected many Holy Land saints. This is not the worst thing. The worst thing is that after the saint was taken away, basically what a good ending. Flying Fairy Saint, this is going to be bad. No matter how strong Tianwu Holy Land and Fixian Holy Land are, they are definitely no match for Imperial Formation Holy Land. I just don't know, who is here this time. The momentum in the distance has not dissipated yet, and soon, an aura burst out. This aura was slightly less powerful, but it also shocked many holy masters. This was an 8th grade martial emperor. And I, Holy Master of Thousand Demons Sect, come to help. 1 8th grade martial emperor. 2 9th grade martial emperors. Is this the foundation of the 9 holy lands? There are only 2 9th grade martial emperors in the Imperial Formation Holy Land, but the Imperial Formation Holy Land is one of the 9 holy lands, and secretly there are the 8th rank Holy Land and the 9th rank Holy Land have been won over. This Thousand Demon Sect is one of the 9 rank Holy Land that has been won over. Fixian Holy Master is still a little decisive, 2 9th level martial emperors, and an 8th level martial emperor. You really think highly of my Fixian Holy Land? But he wanted to take Qingwu away, but he asked me if I would agree. Holy Master Tianwu flew into the air, his hair flying, extremely arrogant, and scolded the other party, Holy Land of Imperial Formation, when you prevented me from breaking through to the 9th level martial emperor, I will make you pay for the consequences that were formed at that time. Cost. Oh, Wu Potion. Just you. A waste. I will tell you clearly today, our Holy Son has said that if you hand over the Phyxian Holy Maiden obediently, you can also leave a legacy to your Holy Land. Otherwise, your entire Phyxian Holy Land will be buried with you. The Imperial Formation Holy Land is powerful and has brought help, so naturally it is extremely arrogant. Holy Lord Tianwu could no longer bear it and immediately chose to take action. Holy Lord Phyxian Liang Xiener followed closely behind and took action together. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 306. Wu Potion and Liang Xiener attacked together, while the opponent had 3 people. Moreover, they were 2 ninth-grade martial emperors, so the difference in strength was still a bit obvious. As for the other 3 8th-grade martial emperors who were invited, they are still waiting and watching. Holy Lord Thousand Demons, let's take action together and deal with them directly. 2 ninth-grade martial emperors attack together, this power is too strong. Innate demonic flame holy body. The realm of the emperor. Mo Wuhan directly used his powerful holy body, and the power of the rules of the avenue flew out of Mo Wuhan's eyebrows. This terrifying demonic energy spread out in all directions. This demonic energy turned into flames, which was even more terrifying. Look, go up and eclipse the sun in the sky. The magic flame holy body, the magic flames are overwhelming, destroying the sky and the earth. This random magic flame is swayed out, it feels like a 6th-grade martial emperor can't withstand the power of the magic flame. Is this the power of the 9th-grade martial emperor? It's really too strong. It is said that the Thousand Demon Saint Lord has already broken through to the 9th-level martial emperor for about 100 years, but Wu Potion finally broke through to the martial emperor less than 20 years ago. This gap is too big. Fan Kun, another elder of the 8th-level martial emperor in the Imperial Formation Holy Land, did not take action, but chose to deal with Feng Qingguo, the Flying Fairy Saint. However, with the existence of the sect protecting formation, there was no way to deal with Feng Qingguo in a short time. However, he also has other ways. Holy lords of the various holy places inside, listen up. According to the will of the Holy Son, take away the Flying Fairy Saint. If you dare to block it, just wait to be destroyed. No matter you are in the 4th or 5th grade, or in the 7th or 8th grade Holy Land, you are all rubbish in front of our Imperial Formation Holy Land. Fan Kun said this. The Holy Masters of these 3 8th grade Holy Lands are also very angry. We are all 8th grade martial emperors, and we are still the masters of the Holy Lands. How dare you be so arrogant? However, Fan Kun is really so arrogant. It's because behind Fan Kun is the Holy Son of the Imperial Formation Holy Land. The Imperial Formation Holy Land, one of the 9 holy places, can intimidate the Imperial realm just by its name. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. But, there is really no way, the Imperial Formation Holy Land just so powerful, just so arrogant. And one more thing, Fan Kun's voice came out again, making all the great saints in Phyxian Holy Land couldn't help but continue to listen. If you can capture the saint of Phyxian Holy Land, you will be rewarded by our Imperial Formation Holy Land and become a subordinate Holy Land of our Imperial Formation Holy Land. Those holy lords of the 8th rank Holy Land also have their own arrogance. If they serve as subordinate Holy Lands to the Imperial Formation Holy Land, isn't that just like being a dog? But the Imperial Formation Holy Land is extremely powerful, and the 2 9th grade martial emperors, especially the Imperial Formation Saint Lord, that is the 9th grade martial emperor who has become a saint. He is extremely powerful. Liang Xiener looked at Fan Kun and really wanted to kill Fan Kun early, but now, he can no longer take action because his opponent is too powerful. Feng Qingguo was relatively calm. All the holy masters are all 8th grade martial emperors. They are powerful and extremely determined in martial arts. I think they are different from Fan Kun, who is just begging for mercy. Again. What the Imperial Formation Holy Land has done has made everyone in the Imperial realm angry and resentful. It is really unworthy of being one of the 9 Holy Lands. Today, I, Phyxian Holy Land, can destroy me, but tomorrow, you may also face danger. Feng Qingguo still has some brains and can stabilize these 8th grade martial emperors first, but, I guess it can only be stable for a while. If Wu Potion and Liang Xian'er were to be defeated, these 8th grade martial emperors would definitely catch Feng Qingguo in an instant. Another point is that Feng Qingguo cannot leave now. Once Feng Qingguo makes any move to leave, these 3 8th grade martial emperors will not hesitate to take action. Although Feng Qingguo has awakened the emperor's bloodline, her strength is still not that of a martial emperor, but only a 9th grade martial king. Facing an 8th grade martial emperor, the difference cannot be fully compensated by the power of the emperor's bloodline. Fan Kun knew that persuading him to surrender was useless for the time being, so he had no choice but to join the war first. The demon flame holy body of the 1000 demon saint demon Wuhan and the bloodline of the 1000-handed demon king are also very powerful. The demon flames are overwhelming and the demon palms are constantly shooting out. Every palm shot seemed to shatter the space. A huge force fell on the sect protecting formation. The sect protecting formation would vibrate for a long time, causing ripples. Although it could barely hold up, it probably wouldn't be able to hold it for too long. Wu Potion is the holy body of Tang Guo, and his bloodline is the bloodline of the Huan Tian Beast King. Whether it is the holy body or the bloodline, it is more inclined to help Wu Potion learn combat skills and understand the rules of the Great Road. The current Wu Potion has not been able to achieve enlightenment and become a saint, but with such a holy body and bloodline, it can be said that it is only a matter of time before he achieves enlightenment and becomes a saint. Liang Xian'er's holy body is the innate Jade Immortal holy body, and her bloodline is the bloodline of the Purple Jade Sable King. Liang Xian'er fought against Mo Wuhan, the collision and confrontation between the magic flame and the spirit of the fairy, but Liang Xian'er was at a disadvantage, and Fan Kun was also taking advantage of the situation. Wu Potion and the 9th grade martial emperor formation boy of the Imperial Formation Holy Land are now indistinguishable, and the strength of the formation boy is also quite difficult. Fan Kun saw the opportunity and prepared to attack Liang Xian'er. In the end, he had no choice but to dodge. Blocked Mo Wuhan's attack, but was still injured by Fan Kun, seriously injured. Feng Qingguo's heart tightened, knowing that the moment of crisis was coming. If her master, Holy Lord Phyxian, could no longer hold on, then she would have no way to survive, and Phyxian Holy Land might become history. It seems that the outcome has been decided. The Holy Land of the Imperial Formation is the Holy Land of the Imperial Formation. 2 9th grade martial emperors, no 8th grade Holy Land can withstand this. It seems that it is time to make plans and invite the Phyxian saint to accompany the Holy Son of the Imperial Formation. Qiankai, the son of the Imperial Formation, was also a genius, and he did not disgrace the Phyxian saint at all. When Feng Qingguo heard this, she bit her teeth lightly and clenched her hands, but there is nothing you can do. The Holy Land of the Imperial Formation is too strong, and I have no strength left to resist. Is that all that can be done? I can only be sent to that Zhen Qiankai. Thinking of this, Feng Qingguo couldn't help but feel a little desperate, facing the Holy Land of the Imperial Formation. Unless the other 9 Holy Lands take action, no one can resist the Imperial Formation Holy Land. Liang Xian'er's face was pale, she was injured, and her condition was very critical. Liang Xian'er also knew that in this critical moment, she had no other choice but to do this. Liang Xian'er could only use her last resort, asking for help. Please, ancestor, take action. Liang Xian'er's voice spread throughout the Phyxian Holy Land, surprising everyone. The ancestor of Phyxian Holy Land? Have you heard of it? Didn't he die long ago? Even if he has not fallen, he is only an 8th grade martial emperor. Can he fight against the Holy Land of the Imperial Formation? It seems that the Phyxian Holy Land is going to be gone. The flying fairy saint awakens the blood of the emperor, and visions descend from the sky. You can't stop it even if you want to. All I can say is, helpless. At this moment, a powerful momentum burst out from the depths of the Holy Land. This powerful momentum shot straight into the sky, and the blue sky and white sun actually aroused some of the power of the stars. This is really the 9th grade martial emperor. There is actually a 9th grade martial emperor in Phyxian Holy Land. Isn't this the 8th grade Holy Land? What's going on? Could it be said that there is still hope for Phyxian Holy Land? Maybe some kind of secret method? If a powerful battle force breaks out in a short period of time, the consequences will definitely be serious. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I Robbed Millions of Saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 307. This breath came out, and then a figure streaked across the horizon, like a shooting star, very fast. Along the way, the power of the stars descended, paving the way for her. When she flew by, the power of the stars left behind formed a ribbon woven by the power of the stars. It looked extremely beautiful, but in fact it was even more powerful. This trace of star power lingers in the air for a long time, emitting a terrifying aura. Okay, so strong. There is such a person in Phyxian Holy Land. When the 8th rank martial emperor saw this scene, he was shocked, because this mysterious powerhouse's aura and power were actually stronger than those of the Formation Boy and Mo Wilhan. You know, whether it is the Formation, Tong, and Mo Wilhan are both strong men who have broken through to the 9th rank martial emperor for nearly 100 years. Their strength can be said to be among the top 100 in the imperial domain. In the imperial domain, the most powerful batch of he is definitely a half-step martial emperor. Among these strong men, only if they have a divine body, royal bloodline, or have attained enlightenment and become a saint, they can belong to the batch of peerless strong men. And there are at most no such strong men in the entire imperial domain. 20 people. Next is the 9th grade martial emperor. The longer you stay in the 9th grade martial emperor, the closer you are to the half-step martial emperor, and the stronger your strength becomes. Obviously, both Zhentong and Mo Wilhan are already very close to the half-step martial emperor, and the 9th grade martial emperor who appears now is most likely a half-step martial emperor. Could this be the legendary half-step martial emperor? Otherwise, how could it be so powerful? Half-step martial emperor, Phyxian Holy Land actually has such a powerful backup, but why not use it earlier? Wouldn't it be nice to let this powerful man show up and be directly promoted to the 9th level Holy Land? This woman appeared with white hair floating freely. The power of the stars fell and followed, forming a ribbon around her body. The aura and strength she exuded were extremely powerful. Mo Wilhan hadn't noticed it yet, but the Formation Boy saw the opponents. His face was instantly shocked. What? How is it possible? How can you still be alive? A woman's voice came out. Although she had 3,000 white hair, her voice was not as old as expected. Your Imperial Formation Holy Land has not yet been destroyed, so it is not a surprise that I am still alive, right? Zhentong swallowed a mouthful of saliva and recalled with difficulty that she had seen how powerful this woman was back then. Back then, this woman was extremely young and beautiful, and she monopolized 2 9th grade martial emperors with her own strength. Don't fall behind. The supreme holy body, the peerless bloodline, and the power to achieve enlightenment and become a saint. Although Zhentong was also a 9th grade martial emperor at the beginning, he didn't dare to step forward. In the end, the opponent was obviously dead. But now, the other party appeared in front of Zhentong intact. Except for the addition of white hair, there seemed to be no unnecessary changes. Mo Wilhan was speechless. Who is it? Does it scare you to such a coward? Aren't you from the Imperial Formation Holy Land? What are you afraid of this old woman? Zhentong was horrified, and at the same time he was silently mourning for Mo Wuhan in his heart. He dared to say that this woman was an old woman. That was simply asking for death. Snort. Court death. The white-haired woman snorted coldly, and then took action, with a light palm, driving the power of the stars. It was so powerful and majestic. The power of the stars in the sky was blessed, and the power of countless stars on earth gathered together, making this the palm seems to have turned into the sun and shines in the sky. How could this palm be so powerful? Could it be the holy body of the stars? The star holy body and the star spirit body are quite similar. To be precise, after the star spirit body is upgraded and evolved, it can form the star overlord body, and the next step is the star holy body. They both attract the power of the stars, but the holy body must be stronger. The feeling was thousands of times greater. Mo Wuhan hurriedly blocked it. Thousands of palms, carrying monstrous demonic flames, tried to stop this palm, but they still collapsed under the power of thousands of stars. The so-called magic flame is nothing more than that. Mo Wuhan was horrified. It was just their first fight, and he felt that there was still some gap between the two sides. Who are you? Star holy body, half a step into the realm of the martial emperor, you can't possibly remain unknown. Mo Wuhan suddenly remembered the expression on Zhentong's face when he saw the other party, and the words he said, a person who should have died. You are the Holy Lord of Yaokai. The Yaokai Holy Land was vaguely trending to be the top of the top 10 holy lands at that time. It was located in the core and best area of the imperial domain and had 3 ninth-grade martial emperors. It can be said that the Yaokai Holy Land was the strongest holy land in the imperial domain at that time. There is no one. Xian Yao, the Holy Lord of Yaokai, is the innate star body, the bloodline of the Queen Mother of the West of Yaokai, and the Way of the Stars has become a saint. It can be said that she is unparalleled in youth and beauty, unparalleled in the world. In the imperial domain, she ranks first among all doubt. In fact, no one dares to say that he is worthy of Yaokai Holy Master Xian Yao. The 9 holy places joined forces to wipe out the Yaokai Holy Land, and Yaokai Holy Master Xian Yao also fell. But now, Xian Yao appears in front of the two of them, no wonder they were so shocked. What? Yaokai Holy Master Xian Yao, she is still alive. Why is she in Fixian Holy Land? The situation has reversed again. It seems that the Imperial Formation Holy Land will fail this time. Under the Holy Lord of Yaokai, Yaokai Holy Land suppresses the other 9 holy places. The 9 holy lands joined forces to destroy the Yaokai Holy Land. Now, will the 9 holy lands join forces again? No wonder he chose to hide in the Fixian Holy Land. Although Zhentong was also panicked, he finally stabilized. Facing Xian Yao, he still had the ability to protect himself. Holy Master Xian Yao of Yaokai, although I don't know what method you used to survive in the first place, it is obvious that you cannot use this method a second time. Moreover, you were seriously injured and are not as good as before. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been hiding your whereabouts, until now. Your hair also shows from the side that the original method did a lot of damage to you. In the distant air, Qin Changsheng hid his traces and was not discovered. Originally, Qin Changsheng could only say that it was a coincidence. He was planning to save Liang Xian'er, the master of Fixian Saint, and then suppress Mo Wuhan and Formation Tong, so that the Imperial Formation Holy Land returned in defeat. At this moment, Liang Xian'er summoned Xian Yao, and Qin Changsheng was ready to take another look. If he waited a little longer, nothing would happen. However, Xian Yao appeared, making Shang Guan Shishi burst into tears. Orbit. It's the Master, it's the Holy Lord, she's still alive, she's really still alive. Shang Guan Shishi's eyes were full of tears, and Qin Changsheng could understand it. For Shangguan Shishi, Xianyao should be her relative. Qin Changsheng could understand this feeling of regaining something. Master, is she in danger now? Qin Changsheng looked at the situation and said, it's not dangerous, right? Why did she say she was so strong back then? She should have no problem teaming up with Wu Potion to deal with Zhentong and Mo Wuhan, right? Even if there is a problem, I will definitely take action in time. Sir, that's great. Qin Changsheng understands Shangguan Shishi's excitement very well. Qin Changsheng is also very excited now. There are now many saints in Fixian Holy Land, and they can be plundered together. There is also the Saint Feng Qingguo of the Fixian Holy Land, who has the blood of the emperor. Once he plunders it, after 10 times the profit, his bloodline will definitely be upgraded to the blood of the emperor. The most critical point is the Yaokai Holy Land. And, after finding the 9th grade martial emperor, he can help Shangguan Shishi rebuild the Yaokai Holy Land. When Shangguan Shishi regains her status as a saint, she can get a big experience pack for herself. This bloodline of Queen Mother of the West of Yaokai seems to be the power of the bloodline left by a strong martial emperor, and it must be very strong. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 308. Qin Changsheng planned to take another look to see if Xianyao could deal with Zhentong and Mo Wuhan. He could enter the Holy Land first and plunder the saints from other holy lands first. Shishi, let's go in and plunder the saints from other holy places first, shall we? What do you think? When Shangguan Shishi heard this, she was a little worried. After all, her master Xianyao was still fighting. However, I am worried about my master. Qin Changsheng also had an idea, it's okay, we just happened to show up. I will help her treat these holy masters submissively. I will deal with the 8th grade martial emperor Fan Kun first. Qin Changsheng plans to plunder all the saints who come to participate in the celebration first. Qin Changsheng also plans to bring Shangguan Shishi with him. With Shangguan Shishi here, Fixian Holy Land should not stop them from plundering the saints. Action. After telling Shangguan Shishi the plan, Shangguan Shishi also agreed to Qin Changsheng's plan. Shangguan Shishi didn't know how strong Qin Changsheng was. The battle between the 9th grade martial emperors was still not going to happen. To dare to let Qin Changsheng take risks. Well, that's it. Let's go and snatch their saint girl first. After Qin Changsheng and Shangguan Shishi made a decision, they took action immediately. Although the sect protecting formation was very powerful and difficult for ordinary people to break, in front of Qin Changsheng, this formation was no different. The way of the formation. An authentic saint, could it wasn't blown out. Qin Changsheng approached the protector's sect formation, and Dao rules appeared around him. The avenue rules appeared and intertwined with each other to form formation marks. It was extremely mysterious. Countless formation marks floated towards the sect protector formation. Formation. Qin Changsheng has kept a low profile as much as possible, otherwise, the scale of the formation mark and the movement will be even greater. The formation mark flies towards the sect protecting formation, as if integrated into the sect protecting formation, and the sect protecting formation. What a wonderful reaction happened. The sect protecting formation slowly opened a door, allowing Qin Changsheng and Shangguan Shishi to enter easily. The two were sneaky and very careful. A battle in the sky was about to start, and it was indeed attractive. Attracting the attention of more people. Qin Changsheng easily entered the sect protecting formation and headed towards the Fixian square. The Fixian saint was a little more relaxed at the moment. However, she was always paying attention to the battle in the sky and was very nervous. Young master, these saints are here, why don't we just take action? Qin Changsheng nodded, of course, we must take action directly. The two people suddenly flew to Fixian square. Shangguan Shishi found his master Xianyao, and there was hope for rebuilding the Yaokai Holy Land. Who? How dare you appear in Fixian Square? Are these two people from Fixian Holy Land? Do you understand or not? Didn't you see the battle going on in the sky? In the sky, it is now 3 against 3, including 4 ninth-grade martial emperors and 2 8th-grade martial emperors. A battle of this scale is still very rare. Now, Qin Changsheng and Shang Guanshishi were attracted attention blocked the view. All the holy lords, holy sons and saints were very unhappy. The matter was not over yet. Shang Guanshishi fell in the square, facing a crowd of people waiting, with one hand on his hip, pointing at each other. Robbery, hand over all your saints. This momentum is so fierce. Well, what a beautiful woman, she is no worse than the flying fairy saint. And robbed the saint? Don't you know that everyone present is the core of the Holy Land? There are nearly 20 martial emperors in total, including 3 8 martial emperors. One of the 8th-grade martial emperor saints, Holy Lord Ayun, pointed his finger at Fixian Saint. Fixian Saint, is this your disciple of Fixian Holy Land? If you can't discipline them, why not let me do it for you? Flying Fairy Saint was originally worried about the battle in the sky. She knew that Xianyao was very powerful, but Xianyao did have hidden dangers. Now that something like this happened, Fixian Saint frowned slightly and looked very ugly. Reading Shang Guanshishi, he seemed to have some impression. He thought he had seen it somewhere, but he couldn't remember it. Feng Qingguo also muttered, forget it, he must be a disciple of Fixian Holy Land, so he has some impression. Which elder are you disciples of? Are these the distinguished guests of our Fixian Holy Land? No collision. Shangguan Shishi ignored it at all. We are not disciples of your Fixian Holy Land. Our young master Qin Changsheng wants to rob your saint. Do you have any objections? Shangguan Shishi is full of confidence and is not worried about these holy masters making things difficult for her. Originally, Qin Changsheng was the only one she could rely on, but now, Xianyao appears, giving Shangguan Shishi full confidence. Qin Changsheng. It was actually him. How did he get in? Oh no, another ruthless person. Even Su Changfeng is no match. He is a 7th-grade martial emperor who has attained the Tao of Wind and has become a saint. I, the 5th-grade martial emperor, am no match for me at all. We can only look at these 8th-grade martial emperors. Qin Changsheng's name is still quite resounding. Along the way, he plundered many holy places. Especially the subordinate holy places of the imperial formation Holy Land were not only robbed of treasures, but were almost destroyed directly. Qin Changsheng. Don't go too far, we have 3 8th-level martial emperors, and 2 9th-level martial emperors, Tianwu Holy Master and Yaokai Holy Master, in the sky. Qin Changsheng is not worried. Let alone the fact that Holy Master Tianwu and Holy Master Yaokai cannot spare time. Even if they can spare time, Holy Master Yaokai may not go against him. Shangguan Shishi, the Holy Lady of Yaokai, is both. They are their own people, so convincing Xianyao is not a problem at all. They still want the Holy Master of Yaokai to support them. Is it too much? You, those under the 7th-grade Holy Land, hand over the saint and the resources you bring with you. 7th-grade Holy Land and 8th-grade Holy Land, if you want to fight with me, I can convince you. The 8th-grade martial emperor was not completely sure in his heart, and the 1st-grade martial emperor was really panicked. He had not become a saint, and he was even weaker than Su Changfeng. Me, we don't have a saint. Shangguan Shishi pursed her lips and started to complain, no saint, who in a serious Holy Land doesn't have a saint? Young master, what should I do if there is no saint? Do you want to destroy it directly? See if they can cooperate. One by one, the holy places immediately contributed their saints. Mr. Qin, this is the saint of our Holy Land. Do you think you are satisfied with it? This is our saint, Please show your respect to Mr. Qin. Let our holy land go. Mr. Qin, although we do not have a saint, I will immediately prepare 10 young and beautiful women for you, Mr. Qin, when I get back. Qin. Chang Sheng glared at him. Do you think this young master is an old pervert like the holy son of the imperial formation? These emperors really wanted to ask, isn't it? Stop talking nonsense. Those who don't have saints, please hand over all your resources. The treasure trove of your holy land will all belong to me. Xian Yao fought with Zhentong and Mo Wuhan in the air, but discovered the changes in the holy land, and saw Shangguan Shishi. That was, Shishi, she was still alive and appeared in Fixian holy land. Xian Yao was distracted and was seized by the formation demon Wuhan. The demon palm came out, carrying the monstrous demon flames, and slapped Xian Yao with one palm. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 309. Xian Yao realized that she was sneak attacked by Zhentong and Mo Wuhan. She immediately came back to her senses and snorted coldly, sneak attack on me, court death. The power of the stars fell down, like ribbons falling from the sky, weaving a canopy. Extremely beautiful. The power of the stars was like a huge wave, rushing directly towards this so-called monstrous demonic flame. The black magic flame exudes a terrifying demonic energy. This demonic energy seems to be conscious, forming terrifying faces. You can even hear the horse roar just by looking at it. It is extremely terrifying. The demon flame was really too insignificant in front of the power of the stars. It was directly knocked away by a palm, and the demon flame also became sluggish. Only 4 saints were contributed to the 4th to 6th grade holy places. 4 saints. Diddy, congratulations to the Holy Master, you have successfully robbed the Aoki Saint Mu Weiwei, and the rewards are being calculated. Diddy, congratulations to the Holy Master, you have successfully robbed Bibo Saint Li Bixin, and the rewards are being calculated. Diddy, congratulations to the Holy Master, you have successfully robbed the Holy Maiden of the Phantom Demon Sect, and the reward is being calculated. Diddy, congratulations to the Holy Master, you have successfully robbed Yuan Ling Saint Yuan Yi, and the rewards are being calculated. The acquisition of the 4 saints will improve Qin Changsheng to some extent, but it is indeed relatively limited. To really improve, you still have to look at the saints of the 7th grade Holy Land, the 8th grade Holy Land, especially the saints of the Fixian Holy Land. This is the real experience package. Moreover, there are a lot of women in these holy places. There are only 4 saints from the 4th to 6th grades. But there are 8 saints in the 7th and 8th grades, and this is the highlight. Xian Yao repelled the 3 people from the Imperial Formation Holy Land and led the people to land directly at Fixian Square. Liang Xianer was the first to speak. Master Qin, are you and the Holy Land of the Imperial Formation the same? I'm not, don't talk nonsense, I'm not the same as that scumbag. Xian Yao straightened her face. Shishi, stop fooling around. Shangguan Shishi's eyes instantly moistened, and she threw herself into Xian Yao's arms. Master, I miss you, I thought. Thank you for your hard work, but this is what you are doing? Why do you do this again? Who is he? Master, this is my young master Qin Changsheng. Xian Yao was very dissatisfied with Qin Changsheng. After all, in her mind, no one is worthy of Shangguan Shishi, at least Qin Changsheng is not worthy. Shishi is indeed my little slave girl. The saints from these holy lands, including Tianwu Saint and Fixian Saint, will all become my little slave girls. Xian Yao looked disgusted and did not give Qin Changsheng a good look at all. You are just a disciple. Shangguan Shishi immediately explained to Qin Changsheng, although the young master likes to plunder saints, he is very good to us. The resources obtained from other holy places are used for our cultivation. Moreover, the young master is also willing to help me rebuild the Yaokai Holy Land. Xian Yao still didn't change her view of Qin Changsheng, just him. Qin Changsheng also did not have an attack for the sake of Shangguan Shishi, otherwise. My strength doesn't need to be proven to seniors. Seniors should deal with the people in the Imperial Formation Holy Land first. After I finish dealing with these people, I can go and help you. As for helping Shishi rebuild the Yaokai Holy Land, this is what I promised her, and I will definitely do it. Xian Yao then discovered that Zhentong and Mo Wuhan were preparing to attack again, and this time, Zhentong was preparing to take out his trump card. A picture appeared in his hand. This picture was a formation diagram. Activate the formation diagram. You can use a half-step emperor level formation. This formation diagram was given by the Holy Master of the Imperial Formation Holy Land, the Emperor of the Formation who proved the way of the formation and became a saint. After being guided and used, you can form a half-step emperor level formation. The most important thing about the Great Formation is the rules of the avenue that can guide the way of the formation. No, it's a half-step emperor level formation, or it was given by the formation emperor. The great rules of the formation are too powerful. Wu Potion, I may not be able to support myself. I need your help to share some of the pressure. Liang Xian'er, you are injured, just keep an eye on Fan Kun. Xian Yao glanced at the other 8th grade martial emperors present, causing these martial emperors to be silent for a moment, not daring to look directly at them. Only Qin Changsheng dared to look at Xian Yao. If you can't handle it, look at you. For the sake of Master Shishi, I can help you kill the people in the Imperial Formation Holy Land. I also hate the people in the Holy Land of the Imperial Formation. Just you. You'd better not do anything. If you offend them, even if you are kind to Shishi, I can't save you. Shishi, wait until I eliminate these people and then come back to deal with matters between you. Xian Yao flew out again and fought side by side with Wu Potion. The formation boy took out the formation diagram, which was equivalent to having a 9th level martial emperor who had become a saint to help him. Now Xian Yao lives up to the strength of the past. With 1 against 2, they can barely suppress it and gain the advantage. But if there is another formation, and Xian Yao is against 1 against 3, it will really not work. Young master, the master should not be as strong as before. When the time comes, if something happens to the master, please ask the young master to help. Qin Changsheng caressed Shangguan Shishi gently. Shangguan Shishi didn't care about being shy, but was very worried about his master. Don't worry, I will take action. Thank you, sir. Let's continue with things here. We have already obtained the saints from the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade Holy Lands, and next are the saints from the 7th and 8th grade Holy Lands. Have you guys considered it? Hand over all the saints and resources. Zhao Xianfeng, the Holy Master of the 8th rank Holy Land Xianfeng Holy Land, was the first to stand up. Huh, kid, don't think you are really invincible. We have 3 8th rank martial emperors here and 8 7th rank martial emperors. Are you really? Do you think you can fight against 11 of us? So, let's try it. Okay, let me, Zhao Xianfeng, come and meet you for a while. Zhao Xianfeng directly released his emperor's domain. The area within the realm, with a radius of 8,000 miles, seemed extremely exaggerated. In the realm, the rules of the avenue appeared, exuding the terrifying power of the rules of the avenue. This power was so powerful that it was difficult for the saints to hold on. After all, the saints were only in the martial king realm, so the gap was a bit big. The emperor's domain has a range of more than 8,000 miles, close to 9,000 miles. The strength of Holy Lord Xianfeng is really getting stronger and stronger, and it is estimated that he is not far from the 9th grade martial emperor. I don't think we need to take action anymore. Holy Lord Xianfeng is enough to eliminate this kid alone. I think he was frightened, right? Zhao Xianfeng was very proud and thought to himself, isn't this kid just living up to his name? It's very possible that Su Changfeng wasn't killed by him. He probably just missed it, right? Qin Changsheng is a little boring. He is already an 8th level martial emperor. He is only 9,000 miles away from the realm of the emperor. It is really a bit embarrassing. That's it? The 8th grade martial emperor is nothing more than that. Qin Changshen's true energy emerged from his body, bursting out with powerful momentum, and his power surged out crazily. One after another, the rules of the avenue appeared, and the emperor's domain expanded rapidly. The emperor's domain expanded, and the rules of the avenue were used as a framework to quickly weave. However, this is also different from Zhao Xuanfeng's imperial realm collided. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I Robbed Millions of Saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 310. Qin Changshen's emperor's domain has not yet taken shape, but when it expanded, it was blocked by Zhao Xuanfeng's emperor's domain. Zhao Xianfeng only felt an extremely powerful impact. He felt that the rules of the avenue in Qin Changshen's emperor's domain directly collided with the rules of the avenue in his own emperor's domain. Click. Click. Zhao Xianfeng was surprised to find that in front of Qin Changshen's rules, those rules that supported his emperor's realm were as fragile as tree branches. They were broken and shattered by an easy collision. Qin Changshen's Great Dao rules are running rampant in Zhao Xuanfeng's imperial domain, unleashing the power of his Great Dao rules wantonly and destroying. Destroy. Nothing can stop you. In an instant, Zhao Xuanfeng's emperor's domain was torn into pieces. Qin Changshen's emperor's domain was fully formed, with a huge area of 20,000 miles, which shocked all the martial emperors. Why is this emperor's domain so powerful? It seems to be much wider than the domain of Holy Lord Xianfeng. I don't know how wide it is, at least it is more than 10,000 miles. The domain of Holy Lord Xianfeng was actually torn into pieces. Why does it feel so incredible? Such powerful avenue rules, countless avenue rules, exuding terrifying power, such a strong sense of oppression, I can't even use the Emperor's domain. No. Don't kill me, I am willing to dedicate the saint of our holy land to Mr. Qin. Qin Changsheng felt the power of his Emperor's domain. He was no longer a match for even the 8th grade martial emperor. Narrow down the field. Qin Changsheng quickly narrowed the area. He didn't need a radius of 20,000 miles at all. He only needed to control the huge Fixian square. The area was narrowed and only limited to Fixian square. The rules of the avenue were very dense. Qin Changshen's control next, those saints were controlled and found it difficult to resist. The saints said it was okay, Qin Changshen was still very gentle, but they only restricted a few people. They wanted to fight against Qin Changshen's emperor's domain and the rules of the avenue, so that the saints there is no way to break free from the shackles of the rules of the avenue. The situation of the saints is very bad. They are under huge pressure and suppressed by the powerful power of the rules of the avenue, and they will even be unable to hold on very soon. Each holy body explodes completely, inspiring use the power of your own holy body to fight against Qin Changshen's emperor's domain. Just you guys, still want to fight against me and my domain. These holy sons exploded with the power of the holy body, and their whole bodies were bathed in the light of the holy body. The holy body is indeed extremely powerful and has various magical and mysterious uses. However, in the realm of Emperor Qin Changshen is the master. No one could resist. Under the oppression of the emperor's domain, a holy son's holy body collapsed and he vomited blood. No, why can't my holy body even support the most basic strength? I don't want to die, Holy Lord, save me. I am the proud son of heaven, I have the qualifications to become an emperor, I cannot die here. Devil, you are the devil. There was another one who was even worse. His holy body collapsed. He was unable to withstand the huge pressure and collapsed into a ball of blood mist. The defeat of the holy sons is happening all the time. The holy lords are in a slightly better condition and can still move, but they can still feel this huge pressure. Qin Chang Sheng. We admit defeat, the saint will give you, the resources will be given to you. I am a 7th grade martial emperor. I have a better future. I have the hope of becoming an emperor. I cannot die here. How could he be so strong? He looks so young, but he can be so powerful. The holy masters who had previously thought that Qin Changsheng was no more than this, were horrified after seeing Zhao Xuanfeng's fate, and were worried that they would also end up in the same way. Although Zhao Xianfeng is not dead yet, it is enough to prove that Zhao Xianfeng is not Qin Changsheng's opponent. He is so powerful. Except for the divine body, the bloodline of the emperor, or the rules of the great road to enlightenment and sanctification, it can never be broken by anyone else. When Qin Changsheng saw this scene, he knew that none of the martial emperors could resist him. In the realm, he was unscrupulous and went directly to kidnap the saint. Qin Changsheng walked all the way and brought a saint into Linglong Immortal Mansion. The saint was unable to resist at all. Among the saints now, the most powerful one, the strongest ones are definitely Fixian Saint Feng Qingguo from Fixian Holy Land, and Tianwu Saint Wu Yu from Tianwu Holy Land of 9th grade Holy Land. Both of them also tried to break through Qin Changsheng's emperor's domain, but Qin Changsheng the emperor's domain is too strong. With the power of the emperor's bloodline, the Qingluan emperor's bloodline is activated. It turns into a Qingluan and wants to break free from the restraints and break away from the emperor's domain. However, the rules of the avenue are too powerful and tightly restrain Feng Qing Wu. Feng Qingguo couldn't break free, but it was even harder for Wu Yu. Her realm was only the 8th grade martial king, one level lower than Feng Qingguo. Her bloodline power was only the blood of a king, not as good as Feng Qingguo's, so her strength was naturally weaker. They couldn't break free and could only wait for Qin Changsheng's arrival. Qin Changsheng came to Wu Yu. Wu Yu was indeed full of heroism, and his appearance had the temperament of a woman or a man. If it weren't for some features that were too big and obvious. Changed into men's clothes, he was definitely a handsome man. Qin Changsheng came into the house one by one, and soon only the last two were left. Diddy, congratulations to the Holy Master, you have successfully robbed Xianfeng Saint Feng Yixue, and the rewards are being calculated. Still want to break free? Wu Yu wanted to break away from Qin Changsheng, but was unable to do anything. Don't worry, this young master is very gentle. Unlike people like Zhen Qinkaiu, I am very nice to everyone around me. Qin Changsheng took Wu Yu directly into the Linglong Immortal Mansion without saying a word. Finally, it was the flying fairy Saint Feng Qingguo, with a sad face, guessing that her end would be very miserable. Whether it was Zhen Qinkaiu or well, all the other saints want Feng Qingguo to become the furnace and improve themselves. Feng Qingguo thought her end would be like this, but in fact it was not like this. Qin Changsheng just brought her into Linglong Immortal Mansion. At this point, all the saints in the celebration have entered the mansion. Qin Changsheng is also waiting for the final settlement. After the settlement, his strength will definitely make a huge leap. By then, not to mention these 8th level martial arts in front of him. Emperor, even Zhen Huangji is definitely no match for him. Diddy, congratulations to the Holy Master, you successfully plundered the heavenly martial Saint Wu Yu, and the rewards are being calculated. Diddy, congratulations to the Holy Master, you have successfully robbed the flying fairy Saint Feng Qingguo, and the rewards are being calculated. After calculating for a long time, he finally got the final improvement. Qin Changsheng felt that his huge improvement was coming. Holy Master, Qin Changsheng. Age, 19. Physique, innate Taixuan divine body. Bloodline, bloodline of Emperor Luanfeng. Perfect. Taoist realm, the Tao of Qin, an authentic saint. The way of the sword, the true saint. The way of fire, the authentic saint. The way of formation, enlightenment, and becoming a saint. The way of time, enlightenment, and sanctification. Cultivation realm, 8th grade martial emperor. Skill, king level 8th level alchemy. King level 7th level Taoist magic. Combat skill, king rank 9 combat skill dragon and phoenix dance, perfection. The 9th grade king level combat skill jade immortal sword formation, perfection. The 8th grade king level combat skill emperor ji genshi, perfection. The 8th grade king level combat skill flying immortal with music, perfection. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 311. Qin Changshen knew that he had plundered more than a dozen saints, awakened divine bodies, and the blood of the emperor. The vision from the sky is coming. Qin Changshen just made a breakthrough and improved silently in Fixian Square. In the sky, Xianyao faced off against the formation boy carrying the formation diagram, 1 against 2, and fell into a disadvantage. However, the power of stars fell from the sky, and the power of stars formed a curtain of light. But after the rules of the avenue appeared, the power of the stars turned into small stars, and the small stars also had lines flowing, exuding a terrifying atmosphere and a charming and soft light. The star ball of light was flying around Xianyao, and under Xianyao's control, it turned into a variety of attack methods. Star Spear. The star ball of light connected in a string, turned into a spear, pierced through the galaxy, swept across the horizon, and pierced the formation boy. Liang Xian'er was already injured, so he could only hold Fan Kun, struggling to hold on, and waited. Xianyao or Wu Potion will decide the winner. Wu Potion is the most evenly matched, but Mo Wuhan can see that Xianyao and Liang Xian'er are not strong enough, so he doesn't go to Wu Potion to fight head-on. Delaying time. Mo Wuhan paid the most attention to Fixian Square. He found that Qin Changshen's emperor domain actually controlled 3 8th grade martial emperors, and felt extremely depressed. Could this kid really be able to fight against the 9th grade martial emperor? This guy kidnapped all the saints and basically killed all the saints. Why don't you come and help Liang Xian'er? Or are you really unfamiliar? Shang Guan Shishi noticed Qin Changshen's appearance and was worried in her heart. Young master, my master's condition is not very good, and Holy Master Fixian can't hold on anymore. Young master, take action quickly. Shang Guan Shishi was very anxious, her voice full of expectation, but Qin Changshen shook his head. It's not possible now, your young master, I'm going to break through. After breaking through, I'll go help. The people who were fighting in the sky, suddenly I realized something was different. This is the rule of the Great Road, not the ordinary rule of the Great Road. This is a vision from heaven. The visions this time are no different from the visions that fell from the sky when we first entered the imperial domain and broke through to the martial emperor realm last time. This time they are awakening their divine bodies and the emperor's bloodline. There must be many visions. In the sky, strange phenomena. The elephant is coming. The rules of the Great Road come together and condense into a gukin. The strings of the gukin are slightly plucked, and the sound spreads all over the world. Ding ding, dong dong. The sound spread out and turned into 7 colorful ribbons, flying in the air and floating into the distance. The rhythm of the piano is flowing, as if there are countless birds flying in the air, chirping in agreement. The sky was also dyed with colors, constantly changing, and the earth also began to tremble regularly. All these form a picture and form a beautiful piece of music, like the sound of the Great Road, which makes people linger. Boom. Boom. The vision is really a vision from heaven. This seems to be a vision of enlightenment and sanctification. the way of the harp. This is not over yet, other strange phenomena have appeared in other directions. There are also visions. How come there are so many visions? Besides, a ball of flame fell from the sky. The flame burned fiercely and turned into a giant flame dragon, soaring in the air. Not only was there a giant flame dragon, but there was also a phoenix formed by flames. Dragons and phoenixes danced, dragons and phoenixes sang in harmony, flying in the air. The way of fire. The way of fire, the vision of enlightenment and sanctification. Maybe he is not just a saint, but a true saint. The vision is far from over. There are still many kinds of visions. Although many people have been shocked and even a little numb, the visions will not care so much. One by one, the rules of the avenue appear, and the rules of this avenue are also it is not like what you see, but it has turned into a giant sword. Each sword is transformed by the rules of the great road, exuding the supreme sword intention, the sword energy is raging, flying thousands of miles. Countless rules of the great road, the transformed swords of rules flew together one by one, toward the sky, and began to condense while flying. Finally, a shocking giant sword condensed into shape, which was a giant sword condensed from huge rules. The sword intent shot straight into the sky. Xianyao looked at Qin Changsheng, her eyes moved, and she looked at Qin Changsheng with admiration. She had never had this kind of talent. There are 3 great ways, but they are all pure saints. The 4th vision appeared. Formation marks emerged one after another, forming golden lotus flowers. This golden lotus flower was like a formation. One after another golden lotus flowers fell from the sky, and a huge golden lotus flower fell from the sky. The 12th great golden lotus reflects Qin Changsheng. Qin Changsheng is like the god of formations at this moment, with supreme majesty. A true saint of the 4 avenues. Is this too strong? The 5th vision has also arrived, a long river of nothingness, flowing towards Qin Changsheng. This river comes from ancient times. To be precise, it flows slowly in a direction older than ancient times. As for the final direction, no one knows, I only know that there is the future, very far away in the future, and in the end it seems to flow into nothingness. The way of time, the saint of humanity. Is this too evil? If this kid doesn't die, he will definitely become the emperor. The fighting had stopped long ago. The formation boy looked at Qin Changsheng and was very doubtful, this Qin Changsheng, is he stronger than the Holy Master? 5 kinds of visions, this is just the preparation, just the beginning. These 5 kinds of visions are just the preparation for Qin Changsheng's awakening of the divine body and the emperor's bloodline. The vision of the divine body appeared, and a ray of light fell from the sky. This ray of light gathered in Qin Changsheng's eyebrows. The light merged into Qin Changsheng's body, and then, Qin Changsheng seemed to become extremely majestic at this moment, forming a huge shadow about millions of feet high. This shadow seemed to be very similar to Qin Changsheng, but it is also like a supreme emperor, overlooking the world, extremely majestic. This phantom holds the sun and the moon in its hands, and the power of the stars complements each other, turning into a star robe and cloak. The divine body is actually a divine body. There are very few divine bodies in the imperial domain, but he can awaken the divine body. The future Emperor Wu must have his name. Young Master is really getting stronger and stronger. This is the 6th vision. When Xianyao looked at Qin Changsheng, her eyes were a little fiery, she has found a good husband. Such a talented man will definitely become an emperor. However, when everyone thought that everything was over, the 7th vision appeared. The power of qi and blood surged out of Qin Changsheng's body, a crisp cry cut through the world, and a Luan phoenix emerged from Qin Changsheng's body. Fly out? This phoenix flew towards several other phenomena, flying in a full circle. Then, this phoenix soared into the sky, rushed tens of thousands of miles into the sky, and then fell down in an instant, swooping down and falling into Qin Changsheng's body. All 7 visions disappeared and everything returned to calm. Qin Changsheng was still the same as before. However, no one would think that Qin Changsheng was an ordinary person, nor would they think that Qin Changsheng's power was only reflected in his talent. This is the bloodline of Emperor Luan Feng, which is stronger than the bloodline of Emperor Qing Luan of King Guiyue. Luan Feng, that is the combination of the Phoenix clan and Qing Luan. It is many times more powerful than Qing Luan. 5 great ways to achieve enlightenment and become a saint. Divine body, royal bloodline, this is a heaven-defying powerhouse. Although he has not yet become an emperor, he already has the power of Emperor Wu. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 312. Qin Changsheng stood in the sky, and all the strange phenomena in the sky had disappeared. All the saints in Linglong Immortal Mansion were convinced after seeing Qin Changsheng's power. Even the flying fairy Saint Feng Qingguo is the genius among geniuses in the imperial domain. But compared with Qin Changsheng, her talent was nothing at all. Not only was his physique and bloodline completely crushed, his strength was also far inferior. The 5 avenues, any of them, are beyond your reach. Not to mention other saints, Qin Changsheng is a genius and a strong man. In this world, many women worship the strong. In addition, Jing Yarui and her sisters explained Qin Changsheng's affairs to these saints and told them how good Qin Changsheng was. Naturally, these saints quickly accepted this fact. Qin Changsheng opened his eyes again, a flash of light flashed, and everything returned to normal. Mo Wuhan was already preparing to escape. Qin Changsheng was too strong. Just being an authentic saint was enough to scare him, a 9th-grade martial emperor. He was the first to react, and naturally the first to run. There have been a series of visions before, and the rules of the avenue have appeared. The power of these rules of the avenue is extremely powerful, covering all directions, and there is no place for him to escape. This accident, he touched the vision, and the power of the law of the avenue gathered together to make him die without a place to die. Therefore, when the vision just disappeared, Mo Wuhan ran away. And Qin Changsheng also discovered the situation. Hold this person, I will go and kill the demon Wuhan first. As time passed, Qin Changsheng left a shadow in the air, and the whole person had already flown towards the demon. No trace. This is not the most terrifying thing. The most terrifying thing is that the power of the avenue emerges one after another, turning into swords of rules, exuding the supreme sword intention. The sword energy is raging, flying in the air, flying in the direction of Mo Wuhan, actually a few points faster than Qin Changsheng. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. The swords of rules pierced the space one after another and flew towards Mo Wuhan at extremely fast speeds. Mo Wuhan sensed the sword of rules. However, just when he was about to dodge and made a move, a sword had already pierced Mo Wuhan. Immediately, swords of rules passed through one after another, and the scene seemed like 10,000 swords piercing the heart. Qin Changsheng arrived quickly, took away the resources Mo Wuhan carried, and threw them directly into the Linglong Immortal Mansion. The 9th-grade martial emperor is still the lord of the Holy Land, so he should have a lot of good things. Qin Changsheng's movements were so fast. Zhentong and Fan Kun wanted to escape at this time, but were stopped by Xianyao, Wu Potion, and Liang Xian'er. When Qin Changsheng looked back again, Liang Xian'er fell from the air, and Zhentong had already urged the full power of the formation diagram. Directly detonate the formation diagram, and all the formation marks in the formation diagram appear, triggering the thunder of the 9 heavens and blasting towards Xianyao. This is not just a simple thunder, but a continuous stream of thunder falling. The number Qin Changsheng didn't know how many there were, but thinking about it, this violent power was quite a lot, and there must be at least 10 or 20 extremely powerful thunders. Qin Changsheng flew back quickly, easily stopped Liang Xian'er, and sent Liang Xian'er to in the Linglong Immortal Mansion. let Feng Qingguo take care of one or two first. The rules of the avenue continued to appear, and began to release flames, forming a huge fire dragon beside Qin Changshen, flying towards Fan Kun. Fan Kun activated the holy body, the power of blood, and the treasure used to save lives. The Suankan cover retreated quickly, but they were still directly swallowed and annihilated by this fire dragon. It's a pity that this treasure, which seemed to be quite good, was directly destroyed. Looking at it again, the formation boy has exerted all the power of the formation diagram, directly detonating the formation diagram. Xianyao and Wu Potion were blocked by the Sky Thunder one after another. In fact, Xianyao could even use the power of the law of the avenue to block it, and Wu Potion was blocked by the Sky Thunder. Po Tian was very miserable. He was struck by a thunderbolt, and his whole body was bombarded by the huge force of thunder to the ground. Jin Tong also planned to use the escape talisman to prepare for escape. This escape talisman was extremely powerful and faster than the thunder. The distance was tens of thousands of miles in an instant. Qin Changshen immediately displayed the way of time, and the long river of time descended quietly. In several special places nearby, time seemed to have stagnated. This is the terrifying thing about the way of time. The sword of rules had already condensed. Dozens of swords of rules flew quickly in the air, leaving only dozens of space cracks, and were about to land next to the formation boy. The formation boy naturally felt that this was the effect of the law of time. Originally, he could activate the escape talisman right away and escape within a range of tens of millions of miles. However, time suddenly stopped, and Zhentong realized that he was really worthless in front of time. The sword of rules flew to Zhentong's side. And Qin Changshen also came to Xianyao. The originally violent formation mark gradually became peaceful in Qin Changshen's hands, no longer emitting the power of the formation, and the 9 thunders in the sky also disappeared. Qin Changshen hugged Xianyao, seeing that the formation boy was dead, came to him and took away all the treasures. This spaceship is similar to a flying palace, but it is much worse than a flying palace. Qin Changshen's flying palace is a real palace, and this is just a ship. The interior space is also large, but it is not as luxurious as a palace. This spaceship is okay. The escape talisman is a good thing. It has not been activated yet and can be used. Keep it for the little slave girl. Qin Changshen muttered, throwing all the good things into the Linglong immortal mansion. Then he brought Xianyao down from the sky and landed on Fixian Square. Only then did Xianyao realize that she was actually being hugged by Qin Changshen. How is this appropriate? You, let go of me. Qin Changshen still chose to let go of Xianyao. Xianyao now has 3,000 white hair, but her face has not changed. She is indeed the woman who was known as the most beautiful woman in the imperial domain and the most powerful person in the imperial domain. What about Shishi? Qin Changshen asked Shang Guan Shishi, Feng Qingguo, Liang Xian'er, and Wu Yu to come out. However, sisters Jing Yarui and Chai Linger also came out to take care of Qin Changshen. Master, are you okay? Qin Changshen looked at these saint masters. Their saint sons had been destroyed, and all the saint girls had been snatched away by Qin Changshen. Qin Changshen attracted 7 kinds of visions. After breaking through, he instantly attacked, killing 3 powerful men, shocked everyone, including Wu Potion and Xianyao. You holy lands, after you go back, bring all the resources from your holy lands here. Note, I want all the spiritual stones. As for elixirs and weapons, I want them all at king level and above. Keep the rest of the garbage for yourselves. I'll give you 3 days. If you can't deliver it tomorrow, your holy land will be gone. Mr. Qin, please spare your life. It will take us 3 days to return to the Holy Land. How can 1 day be enough? Yes, Mr. Qin, our Holy Land is far away. Qin Changsheng looked at these holy masters and knelt down in front of Qin Changsheng, only hoping for a glimmer of hope. Then it will take half a month. If you can't make it back in half a month, if you don't get everything ready, you will die. Of course, if you want to escape, or if you want to find shelter from others and hide resources privately, you'd better think more about it. You understand what the consequences will be if I am idle and visit your holy land. Bar. Mr. Qin is very tolerant. Yes, we will definitely bring all the resources over and contribute them to Mr. Qin. We must not run away, and we must not dare to deceive Mr. Qin. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I Robbed Millions of Saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 313. After Qin Changsheng finished dealing with the people in these holy lands, he naturally had to deal with the situation in Shangguan Shishi, Xianyao, and Fixian Holy Land. On the square, everyone has left now, and the celebration is considered over. Liang Xian'er has recovered a little after taking the elixir, and Feng Qingguo is still with Liang Xian'er, taking care of Liang Xian'er. Xianyao returned to her original state. She was dressed in palace attire and had a strong aura. At first glance, she was not a character to be trifled with. Shishi, what's going on between you and Mr. Qin? Shangguan Shishi blushed and explained a little. After the incident in the Holy Land, I escaped from the imperial domain and lived in the Eastern Barren Territory, where I tried to find ways to improve myself. I met the young master in the Eastern Barren Territory. The young master took me with him and plundered the resources of the major holy places in the Eastern Barren Territory for us to practice with. Along the way, now that I have entered the imperial domain, the young master also said that he would help me rebuild the Yaokai Holy Land. Xianyao is also very satisfied. The Qin Changsheng found by Shangguan Shishi is far more talented and powerful than Xianyao. Xianyao still hopes to rebuild the Yaokai Holy Land, but her physical condition and strength are no longer what they were back then. Rebuilding the Yaokai Holy Land is not that easy. Not only does it require resources, but it also requires dealing with the 9 holy lands. If not all the 9 holy lands, at least the 9 holy lands must be intimidated. In my current state, I can barely tie with the Emperor of the Imperial Formation Holy Land, but it is probably not possible for others to intimidate the 9 holy lands. Shangguan Shishi is also very worried about Xianyao's condition. She hasn't seen her for a long time, but now she has 3,000 white hair and her strength is not as good as before. Master, what happened to your condition in the first place? Qin Changsheng can also see that Xianyao's situation is not very good. Although he escaped death, he must have paid a price. Mr. Qin, I am very grateful that you are willing to help Shishi and help me rebuild the Yaokai Holy Land. However, the matter is serious and it would be better if the young master could help take care of the Yaokai Holy Land. Shangguan Shishi could see that Xianyao seemed a little unable to shoulder the responsibility of protecting a 9th grade Holy Land, so he wanted Qin Changsheng to stay in the Yaokai Holy Land and protect the Yaokai Holy Land. Without Qin Changsheng, even if the Yaokai Holy Land was rebuilt, it would not be possible in the future. It will definitely be very dangerous. When the Yaokai Holy Land was so powerful, 3 9th grade martial emperors were destroyed by the other 9 holy places. 3 9th grade martial emperors may not be enough. Just relying on one Xianyao who has already lived up to his strength will definitely be there is no way to protect the Yaokai Holy Land. I promised Shishi to help her rebuild Yaokai Holy Land. But if I want to help protect the Yaokai Holy Land, I don't have the time. Xianyao had no choice but to say in a low voice, please ask Mr. Qin for help, Xianyao really has nothing to offer in return. Shangguan Shishi is also in a dilemma. After all, this is a dilemma. Shangguan Shishi also wants to rebuild the Yaokai Holy Land. She also wants to follow Qin Changshen and continue to plunder other holy places. Young master, after rebuilding the Holy Land, Shishi also wants to follow you to plunder other holy lands. Without you, young master, the Yaokai Holy Land may not be able to survive. Qin Changshen is also thinking that reconstruction must be done. Only after reconstruction can he rob Shangguan Shishi's experience package. However, after reconstruction, although he can be a deterrent for a while, he will always have to leave. Then rebuild first, and then plunder directly and plunder them all. Reconstruction must be done. As for whether Yaokai can be preserved in the future, it is not my concern. I think Xian Yao, instead of thinking about whether Yaokai Holy Land can continue to exist, you should think more about yourself. Your situation is very bad. Shangguan Shishi naturally knew, but when she heard what Qin Changshen said, she felt even more worried. Master, what do you think you are? How could it become like this? How come it appears here? Xian Yao smiled softly and didn't take it too seriously. She looked very relaxed. What happened back then was that I cast a secret technique and left behind a fairy clone. In the war that year, I was indeed dead, and now I am just a clone. However, it is not considered a clone, it can also be regarded as my true body. After the destruction of Yaokai Holy Land, I took Qingwu to Fixian Holy Land. Why come back here? Liang Xiener also recovered a lot and sat aside and said, actually, I am also a disciple of Yaokai Holy Land and the junior sister of senior sister Xian Yao. However, due to some reasons, I later left Yaokai Holy Land and came to Fixian Holy Land, wanting to prove that my talent was stronger than senior sister Xian Yao. Unfortunately, the Yaokai Holy Land disappeared later, and senior sister Xian Yao came to find it. Xian Yao's strength has declined greatly because she used a secret method. Master, is your hair the price of this secret method? When you descend, you have to stroke Shangguan Shishi's head and say softly, I am just a clone. Although it is no different from the original body, it only has a lifespan of 100 years. Master, how could you do this? Master, is there any way you can help the master? I don't want my master to leave me. Xian Yao's current situation is that her lifespan is very short, and it is very difficult to increase her lifespan. The best way is for Xian Yao to break through to the Martial Emperor realm. If she can break through to the Martial Emperor realm, her lifespan will definitely be extended. If it goes up, there are still many years of life left. Besides breaking through the realm, the best way is to find a way to refine this life-extending elixir. If the Yaokai Saint Master wants to increase his lifespan, the best way is to break through to the Martial Emperor realm. In addition, I can help the Holy Master of Yaokai in refining elixirs. After all, I am also an 8th grade king-level alchemist. I should be able to help you refine some life-extending elixirs. Master, can you really refine the elixir that will help the master extend his life? Of course, you are my favorite little slave girl, this little thing is nothing. Refining the elixir doesn't take much time. You may not have enough materials now, but you can get it by going to the 9 holy lands. Shangguan Shishi was so excited that he couldn't express it in words, and fell into Qin Changshen's arms. However, Qin Changshen didn't feel embarrassed because he was surrounded by his own people. Young master, Shishi is so lucky to meet you, young master. Qin Changshen was very pleased, then just be my young master's little slave girl. Let me first talk about what we should do next. We will take a short rest here and wait for half a month to get the resources sent by people from other holy places. You guys, follow me to destroy the Holy Land of the Imperial Formation. I think the location of the Holy Land of the Imperial Formation is pretty good and can be used as the new site of the new Yaokai Holy Land. Fixian Holy Land should be directly merged into the future Yaokai Holy Land. Qin Changshen's tone was extremely domineering, leaving no room for Xian Yao and Liang Xiener to object. Xianyao supports Mr. Qin. Xiener also supports Mr. Qin. Mr. Qin is willing to help us rebuild Yaokai Holy Land, and we, Fixian Holy Land, are willing to fully cooperate. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 314. Qin Changshen's strength has greatly improved. His divine body and emperor's bloodline have made Qin Changshen even stronger. The imperial formation Holy Land is indeed not a problem. Even the half-step martial emperor is definitely no match for Qin Changshen. Unless he is a real emperor, he may be able to fight Qin Changshen. Young master, can you really help the master refine a life-extending elixir? Qin Changshen patted Shang Guan Shishi's butt gently. Why, don't you believe your young master? Believe, Shishi will always believe in the young master. Qin Changshen now has another question, and that is about the realm of Emperor Wu. Regarding this realm, there is also the broader sky beyond the imperial domain. Sister Xianyao, can you tell us about the realm of Emperor Wu and the broader sky beyond the imperial domain? In fact, I am still very interested in these. Xianyao can also see how powerful Qin Changshen is, and knows that Qin Changshen should be invincible in the imperial domain and will not stay in the imperial domain for too long. Mr. Qin, I would like to take the liberty to ask, what state is Mr. Qin in now? 8th grade martial emperor. 8th grade Liang Xiener was shocked, because this is the 8th grade martial emperor, who can be so powerful, with 7 kinds of phenomena, and can instantly kill the 9th grade martial emperor. How strong is Qin Changshen now? I don't know if he can fight with the 1st grade martial emperor. But if he becomes a 9th grade martial emperor, according to Emperor Pinwuo, that is definitely possible. Xianyao continued to ask, how old are you? 19, almost 20. Xianyao could no longer suppress her excitement. You are not even 20 years old. You are so talented. Could it be that you are the bloodline of a high-level martial emperor? No, if you are of the high-grade martial emperor bloodline, you are obviously of the Luanfeng emperor bloodline. I am not a descendant of a certain Emperor Wu. After getting this answer, Xianyao was not surprised and just continued to return to Qin Changshen's question. I really didn't expect you to be so young. As for the martial emperor realm, there's nothing to say about it. It's just a realm after the martial emperor realm. As for the imperial domain, there should be no martial emperor. Once they reach the realm of martial emperor, they will be led away. Qin Changshen went from a small corner in the beginning to the Eastern Barren territory and then to the Imperial territory. Qin Changshen was basically the one moving forward. Can't you stay in the Imperial territory? Will he be taken away, like ascending? Is it just that we are no longer in the same world? Xianyao nodded, yes, according to the information left by the ancestors of Yaokai Holy Land. After cultivating the realm of Emperor Martial, there will be strange phenomena coming from the sky, which is a very unique phenomenon. The person being led noticed that the person being led arrived, picked him up, and brought him to the eternal realm. Eternal world? Are there many powerful martial emperors inside? Yes, not just humans, but also other races, demons, and many other ancient and powerful races. Incomplete statistics, there are at least hundreds of races. Qin Changshen became even more yearning after hearing this. The ancient and powerful race is powerful. System, can plundering their saints also improve their strength? The soft voice of the system appeared, yes, please continue to work hard, Holy Master, and plunder the goddesses of hundreds of tribes in the future. They are all ready to change into goddesses. Xianyao continued to introduce the situation of the eternal world. The eternal world, just like its name, has existed for eternity. Hundreds of races live here. The situation of the human race is actually not very good. Qin Changshen heard a lot of information, and while listening quietly here, he learned a lot of information about the eternal world. In the eternal world, there are many worlds, like Qin Changshen's current world, which is actually just a small world and is relatively safe. But in the eternal world, powerful men from hundreds of races gather here for the future of their respective races. After Qin Changshen heard this, he still felt it was very amazing that the eternal world was so magical. So, this eternal realm seems interesting. Xian Yao also said that it is not about the eternal world. It is enough to know so much about the situation of the eternal world for the time being. In fact, Xian Yao only knows so much for now. The situation of the eternal world is ever changing. Xian Yao has never been there, I just learned about it from the information passed down. In the eternal realm, there are hundreds of powerful ancient ethnic groups, the martial emperor realm, and possibly even higher realms. Speaking of which, there is another point, as you may have guessed, it is related to other races and also to the blood of the human race. Qin Changshen also thought of it, that is the power of blood, like the blood of the tyrant furious dragon king and the blood of the Qingluan emperor. It is obviously the blood of the demon emperor, and it appears in the human body. Are you talking about bloodline? Yes, humans must be weak before, so the number of strong people is obviously insufficient. Only the descendants of the strong will have strong bloodlines. The remaining people do not have the power of blood and can only rely on themselves to slowly improve. This process, this speed is really too slow. Therefore, countless strong men have thought of ways to extract the blood power of the powerful demon clan and refine it into blood essence to enhance the power of human blood. After Shangguan Shishi learned this, she was also surprised. Actually, many people got their blood power from this way. So, this is where the power of human blood comes from. This power of blood can help humans respond quickly. When one's own strength becomes stronger, the powerful power in it will be slowly transformed into part of one's own blood power, and these problems will no longer exist. Qin Changshen suddenly had a good idea. He is now of the royal bloodline. If he can give part of his bloodline power to the little slave girls, as their bloodline power increases, his own bloodline power will also recover. A lot. In short, basically if you go out for one share, you can get 10 rewards. Xian Yao is indeed the most powerful Holy Land at the beginning, the Holy Master of Yaokai Holy Land. He is powerful and has rich knowledge. After hearing Xian Yao's explanation of these, Qin Changshen came up with this method, and immediately asked the system, and actually got an answer that he could do this. This is an above-board cheating, but it seems that it can also be regarded as a training resource. If he can kill the powerful demon clan, extracting the power of their blood and sharing it with the saints, the strength will be greatly improved. Qin Changshen's own alchemy skills and the power of his blood are indeed normal resources and can be shared with the saints. After Qin Changshen knew the situation, he had an idea in his mind. He couldn't help them improve their holy body, but the power of blood could help them improve. Young master, Shishi wants to go to the eternal realm with you, but Shishi doesn't want to be separated from young master. Of course I don't want to be separated from you, and I will definitely take you with me. Not only are you going, I thought about it and simply took Liang Xiener and Xian Yao away together. After Shangguan Shishi heard this, her face turned red. Young master, you are evil. Didn't you only like saints before? Ahem, it's okay to like two more occasionally. Moreover, if your master and the others stay here, let's go to the eternal realm together. It's best to go together. Moreover, wouldn't it be good to follow this young master? When the time comes, I can help Xian Yao improve her realm and extend her life.